Some of you might be using OINK already. So if you're not using OINK, I highly recommend you get OINK Pro and you start incorporating all the features. Specifically, if you are doing product research, there are certain features that I like to turn on and use in conjunction with Keepa, right? So OINK did integrate Keepa. So Keepa is a software, as you guys can see here. This is the Keepa site. And it gives us a lot of data, right? It gives us a lot of insight into certain products, sales velocity of products, sales rank. And my goal with this video is to kind of show you, walk you through exactly how to read a Keepa chart with the data that we need. Now, Keepa is specific to Amazon influencers. I'm sorry, Amazon FBA sellers, online arbitrage, private label sellers. They look at these specific data points to help them make a buying decision when it comes to reselling a product, right? Well, as Amazon influencers, we can take some of these data points and help us make a buying decision on whether or not a product is a good product to purchase. Now, if you are proficient and you learn this how to read a Keepa chart, hopefully my goal after this video is that you will, you're going to be able to see certain things that other influencers are not seeing, right? So therefore it creates opportunity for you. So let's get right into it. So first things first, this is the Keepa site, right? So if you're not part of Keepa, or I'm sorry, if you hadn't signed up for Keepa, I think the price went up to like 29 euros, 29 euros. So it's something like 30 some dollars a month, right? So I'll be sure to link it down here in the description so you guys can kind of sign up for it, right? So one of the things I want to show you guys before we get into reading the charts is there's a lot of data, right? I could spend 8 hours or more doing a tutorial on each specific thing that Keepa offers you, right? But one of the things I really want to at least let you guys know, or so you guys can kind of see, is you have access to the multiple marketplaces across the Amazon platforms, right? For example, here, right under this American flag here, next to Amazon, you're going to have option to click on what marketplace you want to look at, right? So in this case, you could choose a com, you could choose Canada, Mexico, Brazil, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Japan, and I think it's India. So you can look at these different geo locations or different marketplaces and do some product research, right? So currently right now I am in the Canada and UK Amazon influencer program, part of it. And I've had been spending a little bit of time doing some product research for Amazon Canada, right? So I look for opportunities with no competition on the Amazon Canada. And I see where can I locate some of these products in the US, Amazon US, or if it's not available on Amazon US, then maybe I can find it on eBay, some other website online that can ship to me, right? So I have been trying it out, and so far so good. But this is one of the things that you do have available to you when you do sign up for Keepa. Now, one of the things you could do here, if you select Canada, you can go to Pro, and then you can go to product bestsellers, right? And then you can just select any category, right? So we can select automotive. And what this is going to do is going to populate a list of the top selling products in this specific category, right? So you can click on this little Amazon icon here, and it's going to open up the Amazon Canada listing for this product. And then you can do your product research that way, right? So I like to kind of start here and then just scroll down. There's a lot of different data points. You can sort it by the monthly sold in the last month. So here we have the 5,000 and plus. So every category is going to have different products in different sales rank and velocity, right? It just depends on the product. So here, this is the top selling product in the automotive category for Amazon Canada. So you could just take a closer look, see these different products, see if it's something that you can either find on the US marketplace, purchase, make a video for US and Canada, or if it's not available on the Canada marketplace or UK or wherever it is you're doing product research, see where you can find it, right? A lot of times, if it's not available on Amazon US, if you live in the US and you're trying to find these opportunities in other countries, you can find them on other websites, right? Take that step further, and it really does give you an edge because a lot of people are not really doing this, right? So I encourage you to dig through some of these, go through some of these different features specifically for like the other US marketplaces, since a lot of you are doing Canada and UK as well. So now let's get into how to read a Keepa chart. It comes with an extension. You can download it. And what this is going to do, you're going to have the Keepa chart populate on the listing itself so you can see the Keepa chart. Okay. So there's a couple things I want you to look at, right? Ignore everything else that you see here. I'm going to turn on specific filters that you need to know only, right? Because this can get a little overwhelming. Like I mentioned, Keepa is made for Amazon sellers. It's not made for Amazon influencers. However, as Amazon influencers, we can take some of this data and make a buying decision based on what this is telling us, right? So the number one thing you want to look at is the sales rank. Okay? So the sales rank is one of those features that that you have to understand, right? You have to understand the line, the green line here that you're going to be able to see. And like I mentioned, just ignore everything that you see right now. I'm going to turn on the ones that are the most important. So the sales rank on Amazon goes as follows. So every specific category has a certain set of specific products, right? So each one of those products in a specific category. So for example, this one here is in the computer tablets and components, right? So in that specific category, this is currently ranked at 477. Okay. You see this line here? So this line started at 766 and it has been fluctuating. It went up and then now it came back down and it's sitting right around 474, 477 around there, right? What this line means is the velocity of this product in this specific category. Think of this as like a race, right? So this race has hundreds, thousands of different people participating in it. I think of the first place is going to be the fastest, right? So if it's a sales rank of 1, that's going to be the fastest moving product, the fastest racer, right? Then you have sales rank number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, right? So please always take that into account. The sales rank of 1 is the fastest, right? The higher the sales rank, the slower the velocity, right? So in this case, this started off here just based on what the Keepa chart's telling us, right? It started off at 833. Well, the sales started increasing and the sales rank started coming down. So it got faster. So it went from 833 third place to now sitting at 477th place. Okay. So the faster something is selling, the lower the sales rank, right? The slower something is selling, the higher the sales rank. Now, this green line is going to fluctuate over a certain period of time, right? Because products sell at different paces and it just depends on the categories as well. So Keepa just started populating this sales rank as of the 22nd. Okay. This product has been a bestseller in its category or number 1 new release. And there's already reviews for this product. So something doesn't add up there, right? And if we go to the OINK calculator, this is telling us there's no sales. Well, based on what I see here, this product has been selling. It has been selling for some time now, right? Maybe not for years, months, but it's been selling for a few months at least, right? Now, the next thing we're going to turn on is a buy box, okay? And I'll show you what that looks like. So, this is the buy box, okay? The buy box has been shown here on this Keepa chart for the last 89 days, right? So in the last 89 days, this is how long this product has been live on Amazon in this specific category. Okay. So, like I mentioned, Keepa shows us data, shows us information that just by looking on the surface level, you would think that this product is not selling because we're looking at if you're using OINK, we're looking at the OINK calculator that says no sales, right? But based on the chart, this is telling us Keepa has been sharing this data now for a total of 89 days. Okay. The sales rank has just recently started populating since January 22nd, right? My guess is that at some point this sales is going to reflect here, but it's just not the case right now, right? So the buy box is this. Okay, let me show you what the buy box. So this is the buy box, right? This is where the magic happens for Amazon sellers. Okay. So think of the buy box like the carousel for us, right? The top carousel is where the magic happens, the sales happen. Well, for Amazon sellers, this is where the magic happens for uh, for customers purchasing product. So this buy box rotates. If there's multiple sellers on here, this buy box rotates, just like the carousels rotate for us, right? Same concept. So this is where the sales happen, right? This is where if it's prime, it'll tell you if it's prime. You can add to cart here, quantity. It'll tell you the sellers, and then it'll tell you, new, used, or whatever, right? And then here you have other sellers on Amazon. So if there's multiple sellers selling this, then this buy box is going to rotate for these specific sellers, right? So as of right now, Amazon is selling this product, shipped and sold by Amazon. So these other sellers might get a piece of the pie because it does rotate in most cases, right? So that's what the buy box is. So the price of the buy box is reflected here. Okay. So November 4th, this started at 119.99. And then we do see a dip here for $99 or $100, 99.99 during, it looks like it's during like the Christmas season or Christmas time. And then we see an increase, and then now it's sitting at 109.99. Okay. So this is the buy box line, the price, right? What this price has been, what this box has been over the course of a certain amount of time. Okay. In this case, it has been 89 days, what the price has been in the last 89 days. Okay. So the next thing we're gonna try on is, I guess you could see this one. So Amazon, so this orange shaded area just means is Amazon selling this product themselves, right? In this case, they are. I mean, you can turn this on, you cannot turn it on just to, it really doesn't matter. But this just means that Amazon is themselves buying this product for cheaper somewhere and then maybe from the manufacturer and then selling it themselves, right? So the next thing I want you guys to look at is going to be, skip all this here. This is really not information that's important. Okay, so the next thing I want you guys to look at is, so these are going to be all the subcategories here, right? You don't need to toggle these on. This is just kind of shows you the performance in the subcategory for the specific product, right? So, but the one thing I do want you guys to turn on is the monthly sold. Okay. So this yellow line is very, very important, right? Because like I mentioned, we're relying on OINK to tell us the sales velocity in the last 30 days, right? Or we're relying on the Amazon listing. Usually it shows up somewhere here. It will say X amount sold in the last 30 days, in the last month, right? Well, if it's not populating on OINK or Amazon, well, Keepa does show us something different, right? So this started showing December 3rd of the sales velocity. So as you can see here on that this yellow line right here, you can see it says 400 sold. It dipped to 300 for a little bit, 400, and then we see an increase in sales of 500, and that's kind of where it's been sitting at, right? So based on the Keepa chart, based on what Keepa is telling me, right, is that this product has been selling 500 times a month, approximately, in the last 30 days. Okay. Based on that information, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to input 500 units, right? So now it's going to give me a break even of 28 days, about $118 in commissions, approximately every month. And then the price, right? Now, I encourage you, if this is a sell price 109.99, always look at the used right section here, because sometimes you might be able to get it for cheaper, right? And if you can get it for cheaper, then and you're doing this solely for reviewing, even as long as the product is intact, it's working, it's functioning properly. If it's used, who cares, right? Just buy it for cheaper. Here in this case, like $10 cheaper, a little bit more than that, and then you can save some money, and then hopefully you can recoup your money a little bit faster, right? If you're doing product research, purchasing product with the sole intent to make commission, right? So that's exactly what you need to know, right? This yellow line here is going to tell you how many have been selling every single month, right? If it's not showing anywhere else, at the very least, go to the Keepa chart and see how much this is selling every single month. So we went over the sales rank, we went over the buy box. Now I'm gonna show you more examples to kind of because every Keepa chart is going to be different, right? There might be similar ones, but for the most part, everything's going to be different. It's going to be a lot of factors that come into play. The rating. So basically, this is the stars, right? So at the beginning, I had a 5 stars, and then customers started reviews, lower reviews. So right now it's sitting at 4.3 average rating. And then you have the rating count, which is customers leaving customer reviews for this product, right? So you want to see this trend going up, meaning this rating count. Customers are buying this product and they're leaving reviews for it. So you want to see that pattern. Typically, I like to purchase stuff over 4 stars. 4 stars or higher because it's that's what another thing that people look at first is this, how many what's the average rating for this product, right? That's the first thing to look at. And if it's like 3.5, they're gonna just skip to the next one. They're not gonna look at your video. They're gonna just move on to the next product. Okay, so now that we covered this example, let's go look at another example. So in this case, this is a table desk lamp. So same thing here. We want to look at if you have like Viral View or you have like I've never used Fluence or Fruit, so I'm not sure if they have this, but I heard they have it. But if you use Viral View, look at the videos, right? It says it has 6 videos, but based on the carousel on here, based on what Oink is telling me, there's nobody on the top. Scroll down to the bottom just to double check, make sure nobody's on the bottom. And this is our customer. Yeah, brand. Customers in the brand. So my guess here is that they tagged another variation. So go ahead and see. We'll just go ahead and check the video. What I see here, they tagged another variation of the product, right? So what could have happened is that this product might have just came on and therefore nobody's on here because they haven't tagged it. But in this case, it's an opportunity for you to come in here, purchase it, and make a video, right? Because if nobody's on it, I mean, there's opportunity there, right? So in this case, no influencer videos on there. It has 500 bought in the last month. The only calculator is telling me that I'll make approximately 32 bucks a month, break even, about 40 days. If you want to buy this, just make sure that there's an opportunity to purchase a used one to save a little bit of money. If not, if it's something you like, go ahead and purchase it as well. So in this case, we'll go ahead and show the Keepa chart, right? So I want to turn off these filters so I won't confuse you guys. Sales rank for this specific category, okay? So this product has been on Amazon now for 691 days. So we can see the sales rank for that time period, okay? So since the inception of this product, we can see here, remember, the higher the sales rank line, the slower the product is selling. So when this was a new product, it wasn't selling as good. So we can see here in the 295,000 rank. So that's pretty high rank. So something like that is not going to be selling as much. But then we can see here, product started selling, and then went up a little bit, started selling, and it's been kind of consistent, right? This is what you want to see. You want to see the trend kind of stay consistent, move lower, but stay at a steady kind of line, right? Now, there's different variables. Like I mentioned previously, it could be a seasonal item, it could be a Christmas item, it could be a summer item. Those things are going to play into how fast the product is selling during a specific time frame. So here we can see the chart from 2024. So down here, you can select the date range. So the day, the week, the month, you can look at the 3 months, you can look at the year, right? So based on the last 365 days, we can see February of 2025, this product started at a sales rank about 25-ish thousand, and it kind of sat there, kind of was going up and down for some time. Sales were slowing down, and because the rank was going up, and then the price was coming down, up, down, and then it's kind of like maintaining a steady line, right? You do see some fluctuations, but this is typically what you want to see, right? If I go 3 months, this is typically what you want to see. Steady, you will see some up and down. Just this is just natural sales activity, right? But the moment I turn on this buy box, the price, I want to show you what the correlation between the line dropping, the buy box price dropping, and the sales rank line dropping as well. So if we go back a year, we can see the price has fluctuated during certain periods, right? So when the product came out, or I'm sorry, in the last year, we can see that the price was $55.99. Okay, $55.99. That was the buy box price. That was the price here. Okay, and then we see a slight uptick, and then the price dropping. But notice here, right, when the price was at $59.99, the sales rank started moving up. So this green line started trending up. Okay, and the moment the price dropped, the sales rank started dropping with it. Okay. This correlation, or this kind of relationship, is when a price is cheaper on something that's already selling, right? So this was already selling. When the price is lower, the sales increase, right? 9 times out of 10. So therefore, we can see here the sales rank was what's decreasing. The sales rank was getting better because the sales velocity was getting better, right? So it went from, remember the race analogy, right? So it went from 38, 40-ish, yeah, about like 40,000, 45,000, position 45,824 in a race. When the price dropped, the position in the race increased significantly, right? It went all the way down to 11,719. And it sat there. The price increased again, and the sales rank increased again, right? So the price went up, the position in the race got worse. So price 9 times out of 10 reflects on the performance of the product, on a product that's selling. So if a product is already selling, if the seller increases the price, the velocity 9 times out of 10 is going to slow down. It's going to decrease, right? You're going to have less units sold because the price is higher. When the price drops, the sales velocity increases, right? The more people are buying the product because it's on sale. Okay, so hopefully I'm not confusing you there, but that's something that usually tends to happen, right? Now, like I mentioned, there's other factors that come into play. Summertime, right? If it's a product that's in high demand, and I'll show you guys an example in a minute. Regardless of the price, the product is still gonna, or if it's a viral product, that's another way that, regardless of price, there's gonna be a lot of demand for the product, right? But for a general rule of thumb, okay, price decreasing 9 times out of 10, right? You will find instances where this is not the case. 9 times out of 10, the price increases, the sales slow down. The price improves, lowers, the sales increase. So you have more sales velocity. So we can see here, price dropped from $49.99 here, and then the sales rank went down with it, meaning increased sales. And then the price went back up to $59.99, and then the sales slowed down, so the line went up. Okay. Then we see these dips here. So sometimes like they'll have coupons, right? And then we see these dips in prices during Q4. There you guys have it. This is an example of, I wanted to show you, is when a price decreases on a product that's already selling, you get an increased sales, right? More people are buying. There's more activity, right? There's more demand for the product. So the next thing we want to look at is monthly sold, right? So here we can see in the last year, when it first, in the last year, you had to start at 200 monthly sold. This line increased, this yellow line increased 500, then it dipped to 200, and then it increased to 500, 500 sold, right? So this is the monthly average. And then right now it's sitting at about 500 units sold in the last month. So we could take, this has been selling 500 units for some time now. So we look at the OINK calculator here, and you can make a buying decision based on this, right? So in this case, if this product had a campaign that stretched out for quite some time, then I would definitely consider something like this. And then here you can tag the parent ASIN, or maybe not the parent ASIN, but maybe another ASIN that's similar, because these have other colors as well. So yeah, for this specific product itself, if the campaign duration was for a long time, maybe through the end of the year, I would definitely consider something like this for sure. Let's look at another example, right? So I kind of want to show you different categories so you can kind of see the activity during like different times of the year, right? So in this case, this is a supplement. So supplements tend to do good. Some do good all year. Some do even better, like at the beginning of the year, like during the new year. When people have like goals and stuff, their goals with like nutrition and all that. So in this case here, we have a product. This is showing 3 videos. So go ahead and click on it. It has so it has 3 people on here, right? Which is hasn't populated. In this case here, we'll open up the carousel. We can see there's 4 videos on here. So this is telling us 3. So it tells me that maybe somebody just uploaded a video like today, because there's only 3 videos on here. I always look at the dates, right? So this is January 30th. Then you have October 24, and then January 24 of 2026. So in this case, there's 4 videos. Looks like OINK's still only accounting for 2. So like I mentioned, always look at the carousel count, not only with viral view with OINK, but also look at the carousel itself, right? Because if you buy this product thinking there's only 2, when you buy it and you go to upload the video, you see there's 4 people now, you're not gonna make as much money, right? So in this case, just always double check. There's still enough velocity for money to go around on a full carousel, but if there's like 4 people on there, I usually just move on to the next product, right? It just depends. But we'll go down here to the Keepa chart. And here we'll go ahead and turn off all these filters. And we'll just have the buy box. And then we'll just have the sales rank. So this product has been selling good all year. So as you can see, it's been the same price all year. They do have a subscribe and save options. It's been so they do offer some kind of deal. But as you can see here, the buy box has been at 14.95 pretty much all year. This has been around for about 2,800 days. As you can see, when it started, the sales rank was in the 200 range, has been increasing significantly since, and we're sitting at over the last year, this has been selling very, very well. So this is another example of a great product. The longer that the listing has been on, the better, because it's a product that has been proven to stay in stock, selling. People like it, right? Because they could come back and buy more. Now, another thing I want to, with supplements, one of the things that you want to always take into account is how many of this thousand, right? How many people are coming back to purchase this product without needing some kind of review, right? So for me, I like to be a little bit more conservative, right? And I'll usually put this maybe like at 600, because of this thousand purchased in the last month, how many of those people are just coming back to refill to get another because they ran out, they don't really need a video to watch, and then how many people are these are in the subscribe and save program, right? So you have to be kind of a little conservative with the numbers that you are accounting for here. So I like to be a little bit more conservative when it comes to supplements. Also, supplements are a low barrier to entry, right? This thing is only $14, right? 14 plus there's a coupon right here for 10% save. So the cheaper something is, the easier it is for other people to just buy in and come on, and now you're sharing a carousel with other people, right? So I move away from carousel from supplements. I'm going more for uh more expensive products, right? Because the barrier to entry is not as low. Someone spending $14, it's a little easier than someone spending 150 dollars, right? Or to do a product review video and hopefully make their money back, unless they get the product for free. But in this case, this is the health and household category. The sales rank currently in the last 3 months, it's about 21,000, 23,000. Been fluctuating. It's been kind of sitting around there. So, great product, selling 1,000 times a month, right? So with the sales rank, even something like this in the 20,000 range, 20,000 plus range, this is still a good product, right? Because it's telling us here is selling 1,000 times a month. So the velocity's there. Now, it's going to vary from category to category, right? So something 20,000 selling in the automotive category, a 20,000 sales rank product in the automotive category is going to sell less velocity um, than a supplement, right? Because these are products that people really go to. So it's just on a category by category basis, on a product by product basis, right? So understand what the sales rank is telling you, and then look at the monthly sold, right? So here the monthly sold, it was 600, 700. Now it's sitting at 1,000 in the last 30 days. Okay, because of that, the time of the year. So that's why you have that increase in activity. So let's look at another example. This is more like a summer product, so to speak. It is used year round, but in the summertime, you will see the increased sales of something like this because the pools are used more during the summertime. So let's go ahead and look at the own calculator. So this is telling us it's selling 1,000 times a month. So we see that here reflected here, $27.99. That's the price. And then we look at the Barrel View influencer video count. It's 49. That's pretty high. And then we look at the Keepa chart itself, right? So I want to go ahead and show you what I mean by when a product fluctuates throughout the whole year, right? So in this case here, for the last 325 days since April, this had a sales velocity, sales rank of about 17-ish hundred, go back down to 1,300. But notice here, like around the summertime, June, like May, June, you see an increase in sales activity. So the sales rank improves, so it goes down, right? And then we see that all the way up until like September. And then it kind of starts trending up a little bit in the wintertime. And then what's more likely to happen now is around May of 2026, you will start seeing an increase in sales velocity for this product. So if it's selling 1,000 times right now, you would come May, June, around that time, you will start come May, you'll start seeing an increase. 2,000. Look at the yellow line; it starts increasing all the way to about 8,000 at its peak, and then starts kind of trending down, right? So this is what I mean, like when you, depending on the season, depending on the type of product it is, that's where you'll see fluctuations in the sales rank like significantly and the sales velocity, right? So in this case, if there was nobody on here, then obviously this will be a very good opportunity because I know based on this is that come summertime, this product is going to sell a lot faster. So when you're doing product research, you want to look out for stuff like that, right? Say, what kind of product is it, right? Is the season for this product coming in the future, right? Maybe 3 months, 4 months out. If it's a summer item, if it's a fall, Christmas item, right? As long as the product stays in stock and you can see sales activity for the previous year, right? Because what I like to see is if I see sales activity for maybe last year, 6 months ago, 365 days ago, then I know that the product is staying in stock. There's activity all year round, and then even better when I can see how this product did during last season, right? So during last summer, we can see that this product sold very, very well. So come 2026 summertime, starting around May, I can draw the conclusion that this product is probably going to sell a lot more because of the type of product it is, right? So Keepa chart tutorial. My goal was for you guys to understand how to read this Keepa charts a little bit better. Remember the sales rank, remember the price, the buy box, the monthly sold. Every chart is going to be slightly different. If you guys have any questions in regards to Keepa charts, go ahead and just leave them down here in the comment section down below. If it helped you, make sure you guys like it, make sure you guys subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.